I want to first make this disclaimer that I'm not giving tips or advice. I'm just sharing with you how I help our kids, kind of get through those harder days and get the work done that they need to get done for our homeschool. We have a lot to do. I'm going to talk about how I break this down. If things are too overwhelming, it's just a demotivation. So I truly believe less is more. I alternate days with these two workbooks, so we're not like doing both of these in one day. We do one or the other. I want to show you this workbook, what happened a couple days ago. I opened to this page. I'll show you. The next page in the workbook that we did looked like this. Okay, so can you see it? So she looked at it and she's like, whoa, I'm not doing that. And I said, you don't have to do it. Oh, we can just do a little bit. So we did a little bit. We just, I opened it up and I wrote in the answers for her and I just did this one line. It took, 5 minutes. Didn't take long at all. Less is more. We got the work done. She got the information. She's learning. This is our Hebrew writing script workbook, and this book is total of 74 pages. We're up to page 50 since September, but we're getting it in, and she's not overwhelmed, and she does the work, and she's learning. So it doesn't matter the pace. When we learn Chumash, I do 3 verses. We talk a little bit about it. I don't know, it takes us 10-15 minutes to go through it. And she does it. She gets it in. This I do try to do every day, like Monday through Thursday. But definitely there are days that we don't do it, but I do try to get this in every day. The Tehillim, I kind of like go back and forth with. In the beginning of the year, I had her read just like a few sentences each day. And then sometime after, then I kind of stopped for a little bit, and then I went back to it, and we were reading the daily Tehillim, but only the first line of each Tehillim for the day, and then we kind of stopped that for a little bit, and now we're going through it, reading as much as she wants. She can read a whole, chapter of Tehillim, or she can read a sentence. This, I don't really have a set schedule for it. It kind of comes out when it comes out. Everything that we do with these books and workbooks is something that she can do, and it's not overwhelming. In helping prevent these demotivation days, these days where they're just not into doing any of the work, is just lessening the work so that it doesn't seem like so much. On these harder days where she is just not interested in doing the work, she's, either just busy playing, or she's just, for a period of time, she just did a lot of work and she's just done and just needs a little bit of a break, she'll get a break. All these things that we do is all negotiable. If you think about it, in a brick and mortar school, they have days off. But in a homeschool, you don't have days off. You have to create vacation days. That's a way of having a day off. What is not negotiable in our Jewish homeschool is davening. So what does that look like on a normal day is, I would say 75% of the time we're in her bedroom, and it's, structured prayer from a prayer book, from a Siddur. As a person who is a Baal Tshuva, and I became religious later in life, I went to public school, and now it's part of school is to learn the Parsha of the week, and part of your school is davening. That's part of school. To me, as a Baal Tshuva, that's really special. What stirs in me, it's how much do I enforce morning prayer, morning connection with God? Do we go all the way and force it and say, this is part of your Jewish school? I mean, you have to daven. If you were in school, you daven. So let's go, let's daven. Or there's the opposite, and we're so relaxed that it doesn't get enforced at all. I'm trying to find that balance. On these harder days, I tell my daughter, okay, no problem. I understand you don't want to daven. Go to your room and shut the doors. This is your special time with Hashem. Talk to Hashem. And she goes in and she shuts the door. And I don't know what she does in there, but that's not the point. The point is that davening is not negotiable. Every day we do daven, and I do try to give her that space to have her own relationship with Hashem. The way I see it is that we can be experts in Chumash. We can translate Chumash perfectly. We can write Hebrew script like with the nicest handwriting, but it doesn't mean anything if we can't connect to Hashem. We need to have a connection with Hashem, with God, and a personal relationship with God. Davening is not something that I take out of our homeschool on these days that are just harder to focus. I would rather take out the Chumash and the workbooks more than I would take out the davening. But it is hard to know where to draw the line and what to draw the line with, and I think that's different for every family. The question is, how do I handle these harder days, these harder homeschool days? And really the answer is that right now, where I'm holding in my spiritual level that I'm at right now in my parenting and in my homeschool, and personally, everything is always changing and growing, is that I give them less work, and that gives them that break. They just need a break, and that's what I found with my young kids. I do hope this video was helpful in some way. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'm making videos every week about our homeschool, different topics and things. So subscribe, and I'll see you next week.